It's officially our 10-year anniversary this month. You started the Shameless Tourist on May 4th. And so, given that we've been celebrating that this week, I thought it would be really great now that you've planned thousands of trips since day one with the Shameless Tourist. I would love to know the 10 lessons that you have learned in this 10 years as a luxury travel advisor. And so we sat down and you talked to me about a few of the lessons you've learned. And so I'd love to go through each one of the lessons and talk a little more about it.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so the first lesson you were telling me about is that you have learned that the right hotel can make or break a trip. So tell me about that, because obviously we have so many hotel partners around the world, different types of hotels in each destination. So say more about that rule or that lesson.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you're not comfortable in the hotel that you're in, you're going to innately not have the experience that you should be having, And on the flip side, if you're in a hotel that you're like, oh my gosh, this is the most amazing thing, your experience of that destination changes completely just based on, how excited you are for where you're staying, or, on the worst side, not excited.
Yeah. And I think oftentimes when talking to people about their travels, you can often hear people be like, oh, I don't want to spend too much on the hotel because I'm not going to be spending a lot of time there. And I'm sure you've heard that many, many times. So has that ever, how has that affected people? Have you ever seen that go wrong when you're like, okay, I'll put you in this hotel, and then the clients aren't happy, or, it ends up raining half of their vacation and they don't really have a comfortable place to land?
Right. I mean, it definitely, I know that it's definitely happened multiple times over the years, and I'm trying to rack my brain for a specific experience of that. But I can say that from my personal experience that when I went to Yangshuo, China, Guilin area, 2018, I guess, like this was a place that doesn't have a ton of luxury hotels. And I was like, I'm going to save money on the hotel here. And after one night, I was like, we're not staying here anymore. And immediately spent all the money, splurged, moved hotels. And one of my favorite stops of that trip, I loved that area. I thought it was fantastic, but changing hotels made all the difference.
And I think the second lesson you were telling me about is that more options does not equal better decisions. And I think in a world filled with information, and now where clients have endless access to a ton of opinions about travel and where to go and what to do, this is probably something you've seen a lot of. So say more about that one.
Absolutely. I mean, I try to give as few options often as possible, because it's really our job to listen to the client on, the consult call, and also, get to know them through the process. And hopefully, we've done multiple trips together, because the more trips that I've done with a client, the better I usually know them, and the more I can dial in, like, I know what they're looking for. Because there are so many options. And if we are listening properly, we'll be able to recommend the right options for the client. And then that way, they can sit back and relax and just be like, wow, this is amazing, and not have to make 100 decisions.
Right. Absolutely. Okay. Now, this one I think is really important, an important lesson, because, we often have people come to us that may or may not be clients yet. They've tried to start planning a trip on their own and are really overwhelmed. So this lesson here is that the hidden cost of DIY travel isn't money, but it's stress. So say more.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think that first off, it's stress and the overwhelm of options that we were just talking about. The overwhelm of did I choose the right hotel? Going back to point one. And then also, organizing it all, making sure that like you have all your ducks in a row. Where's the itinerary? I mean, we have all the softwares and all the things to like make it so that where everything is, on, and where you're supposed to be, the emergency contacts, all that kind of stuff. And the last thing that you want to do on a vacation is be stressed.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say. Then you're stress planning it, but then you go on the vacation. You got to make sure everything happens when it's happening. You're catching your train at the right time. And that you've got all the tickets saved and everything. So yes, it is definitely a lot. Okay. Lesson number 4 is that seasonality is better than popularity.
Absolutely. I mean, the most popular places in the world, they're the ones you see all over Instagram. They're gorgeous, but what they're not showing you is like, Instagram versus reality.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Instagram,
The lines, the crowds.
right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Like most of these people are having to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to take these photos of whatever they're taking. And so choosing your seasons, choosing your places, with intentionality, instead of popularity.
We are huge fans of the shoulder season here at the Shameless Tourist.
100%.
Okay, lesson 5. Relationships can unlock what money can't.
Oh my gosh, it's such an important lesson because we are so grateful for all of our partners for moving mountains when we need it. And then, also even when we don't need a mountain to be moved, to just really like go the extra mile for our clients and make them feel cared about, like as a person. Yeah.
I think, we shared about a day in a life and what a day in a life is like for you as a travel advisor. And I do think that it's interesting to note and for people to know that probably a solid portion, yes, you plan a ton of itineraries and working with a team to plan these trips, but half of your job is also continuing to foster and build relationships with partners in the destinations that we're sending clients to. Whether or not they're here in Fort Worth visiting you, you spend a lot of time at lunches and happy hours and events, being with these partners and continuing to build those relationships because it is so important for the success of our clients' trips. So
absolutely.
Okay, lesson 6. Jet lag and pacing are more important than checking off everything on your bucket list.
Oh my gosh, I can't harp on this enough, but I think that, don't overstuff an itinerary. Also, don't understuff it. I think that that's really important. Like, I think that having a good anchor activity, for half to 3/4 of a day is a fantastic way to make a great trip.
Yeah.
But if you're going from sunup to sundown or have very long travel days to get to where you need to go, you need to make sure that that's, if it's something that's really important, that it's paced out in a way that is not, it's your vacation. This isn't, a mad dash.
Well, okay, so lesson number 7 is magic is always in the people.
Oh my gosh. Every incredible experience and also, every incredible hotel, the magic is the people. It's who you meet and who's taking care of you and who you're spending your time with. And so, it's our job to know who those right people are that are behind all of the magic.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, it's lesson number 8 is the extras make it feel effortless. What are these extras?
There's a lot of little things that we will add into an itinerary that, the average DIY traveler wouldn't think of or doesn't even, know exist a lot of times, like VIP meet and greet to go through customs and immigration, or having porters and hosts at train stations that will be there as soon as you get off the train to help you with your luggage and make sure that you get to your transfer. And those little things, it sounds so silly, but like at the end of a trip, people will like say, those were the best things that like I did the whole time. And you're like, we did a lot of other really great things, I think. But like, but it's those things that just immediately take the stress down.
Absolutely.
And the private transfers too, instead of being like, oh, it's fine. When I get there, I'll just grab a taxi. But if you're like looking, where's the taxi stand? And oh, wait, let me look at the address of where I need to go and all of that. It just, if you've got it already all set up in advance, it just feels effortless.
Absolutely. And I think that is the one thing we asked our entire team, what is the one thing they would always splurge on when it came to their travels? And it was a private transfer. With the addition of meet and greets at the airport, but absolutely everyone was like, I want a private transfer, especially after a long haul flight or arriving at a new destination. It just can be very overwhelming. So, okay, lesson number 9. The most expensive trip isn't always the best one.
It's so true. I think everybody, I don't say everybody, but I think a lot of people know that I have like a really deep love of Asia. And I don't find that most of Asia is, comparably expensive as, a lot of Europe and places like that. And the luxury is out of this world. What you get for the price that you pay in a lot of parts of Asia is really incredible. And there's a lot of destinations like that around the world. And so Yeah, I don't think that the most expensive is always,
Yeah, the best. Okay. Last lesson that you wanted to share is that every detail shapes the experience.
It's so true. I mean, taking out that VIP meet and greet,
Mm-hmm.
or, not choosing the right hotel, or not booking the private transfer, or, you know, changing out the people, like what all the other lessons put together,
Yeah.
like number 10, it's a complete experience, and we aim to provide a complete experience of a trip,
Mm-hmm.
for our clients, because I know that from the time that you leave your house to the time you get back to your house, that is the overall
Right.
experience of a trip.
Absolutely. Okay, so 10 years of the Shameless Tourist, what does that mean to you? Like, what do you feel now that you're here?
I've told people the last like couple of weeks, I was like, I don't really, it's like, I don't know how it's already been 10 years, but I also don't really remember life before 10. So, I mean, it's really amazing that, all the support that we've had
Mhm.
over the last 10 years. I'm so grateful. And yeah.
Okay, what's next?
10, 20, 30 more years, I guess,
We could all only hope.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Kaleigh.
Thank you so
And
much.
so good to hear your 10 lessons in 10 years. So
Cheers.
cheers. I know I didn't bring a cocktail today. I was running out of the house and I was like, oh, I need to grab the like little Shirley Temple pop I have or something, but Evan would be furious if she